Morning, VC. So last video I highlighted a bunch of records on Chicago labels inspired by Dom's video. And Sherv happened to leave a really good comment. He pointed out the Argo label, which is another imprint of the Chess label. And I did not pull those records. And then I also had I had a stack of Cadet records that I forgot to show that was sitting off to the side since I had so many records pulled. So we're going to show you the rest of these records on these two Chicago labels. And Sherv pointed out two artists specifically on Argo, that being Ahmad Jamal and Art Farmer. I have a bunch of Ahmad Jamal. I do not have any Art Farmer records, which is odd, being that I have so many jazz records over here. I just don't run across them here in Charlotte for whatever reason. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but we'll certainly go back and revisit Jim's Art Farmer video and see if I can get some ideas. Should be able to see a few of those at WFMU for cheap. So yeah, so Ahmad Jamal, amazing trio that he had. And there's been so many times when I've gone to do a purge in this house of records to take in for trade or to sell that I've gone to these Ahmad Jamal records thinking I'm going to purge them, and they never leave because they're that fucking good. And they're cheap. And I got most of these in dollar bins when I first started collecting jazz. And I just can't bring myself to part with them. Ahmad Jamal, this is, I think, volume 4 of the Ahmad Jamal trio. This is a really nice copy that I got in a dollar bin from Digger's Delight when they were housed at Tip Top Daily Market, along with Luke and Premium Sound. But this is the gold Argo label, really sweet label, and this is a gorgeous copy of this record. Usually you find a lot of these trashed. This one was in beautiful shape in the dollar bin. So that, and I love the bass. The bass in this group, phenomenal. And then I did get this one, even though it's got all this ugly tape on it. Ahmad Jamal Trio at the Pershing, but not for me. Excellent record. The record plays pretty damn good. Could upgrade the cover on that one day. Then you have Happy Moods. This one's an interesting one because it's just an all-white cover. I think it maybe was an early repress. The others have, I think, orange and maybe blue in the cover as far as colors. 1960 on this one. Israel Crosby bass, Vernell Fournier on drums. What a great trio this was. Again, especially love the bass playing from Israel Crosby. Fantastic stuff. And then, of course, there's At the Pershing Volume 2. And then I have also on Argo, Ahmad Jamal at the Black Hawk, great club in San Francisco. This was a record I got at the first ever convention I went to in Spartanburg when I started collecting jazz. And this one I don't see as often as the others. Argo LP 703. It's got an original. I love when there's original price stickers from when records initially came out. This was initially $3.87 back when this was released. Fantastic stuff. And then we move to Cadet. And I have one Ahmad Jamal record on Cadet, Heat Wave. And this is fire. This one I also don't see as much in the bins. But it's I don't think it's expensive or anything like that. And we'll show you the Cadet label on this one. This one I think came from Repo back when the jazz used to be all on the back wall. I rid them of much of their jazz from that wall when I got going. And that's a great one, in great shape. It was probably $5. And so there are a lot of great Cadet records. that are highly sought after. We'll get into those here next. I do have a 7-inch to show first. Howlin' Wolf, Evil on Cadet Concept. And this is backed by Tail Dragger, some badass blues here, jamming stuff. Howlin' Wolf. Forget where I got that from. Might have been this guy in Arkansas. But yeah, some really, really top shelf records on Cadet have come out, including the Harold Land Quintet, The Peacemaker. This is an original copy. This is a difficult record to track down. I got lucky. It was in a new arrival bin at Lunchbox years ago for cheap. Yeah, recorded in 67, 68. Some players here early in their career just playing fantastic. Buster Williams on bass. He was pretty young at this time. But yeah, Harold Land tenor, Bobby Hutcherson vibes, Joe Sample piano, and Donald Bailey on the drums. I don't think, maybe Donald was a little older, but I don't think he was. But Buster Williams looks like a real young dude here. Yeah, excellent record. Probably my favorite Dorothy Ashby record. The Reuben Yacht, I think that's how it's said, of Dorothy Ashby on Cadet. Found this at a convention here in Charlotte. It's a reissue, but my copy is fine. I think John also got a copy that day, and his doesn't play that good. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, love this record. It's a gorgeous record and a phenomenal cover. This is a badass record I got for pennies at Repo years ago. And it's now kind of a difficult one to get. It goes for upwards of, $30 to $50. I think because it's been sampled so much. Ramsey Lewis, Mother Nature's Son. Orchestra arranged and conducted by Charles Stepney on Cadet. Beautiful freaking copy. This is a smoker of a record. Really, really good. Probably the best Ramsey Lewis record. And then this one. This is one I sought out. Probably got it on eBay somehow. I think because of a movie. I think one of the songs is in a movie. Marlena Shaw, The Spice of Life on Cadet. That Charles Stepney, again, with arrangements. This is absolutely badass. So many great songs. California Soul, that's the song I heard in a movie, and I had to have this record. That's one of the greatest songs ever. So yeah, the Cadet label from Chicago. Those are some heaters from that label. And then, speaking of Sherv, his last video, he played this record. It freaking blew my mind, especially the fact they had some of these players so young in their career on it. Yeah, you had Nicole Mitchell on flute, and Josh Abrams bass, and Chad Taylor drums. This is the David Boykin Outet, Evidence of Life on Other Planets, Volume 1. Phenomenal record. I've spun this a couple times. Sherv played it in his video if you want to hear it. And he played it front to back. And he is dead on when he says the opening of the B-side sounds like Monk. And the rest is nowhere on the same planet as that song, compositionally or anything. It's really good improvised stuff from 1999. So yeah, I mean, this is already 25 years old now. This is also on a Chicago label, Thrill Jockey, because these are mostly Chicago musicians, and this is a live performance in front of a small group of people, and I mean, this is incredible stuff. And this is still very cheap, and there's a few copies out there, so I suggest picking it up. And it was interesting, Lastman up in Toronto, he showed this last night on the Jazz Bums too. He's also pulled it recently to play. So this one's kind of out there in the wavelengths right now. So thanks, Sherv. That one's a killer one. And I've got a bunch of records here that have come in. Got one package from Permanent Records. I got to make sure the roof stays on that place. It's been 18 years, so I'm definitely helping the cause. Omar Rodriguez-Lopez, Old Money. So the guitar player from At the Drive-In and the Mars Volta, when he had his own group, he put out a slew of great freaking records. Yeah, this one is a favorite. It's very psychedelic. Great guitar jamming on this. I think this is an original from 2009. There has been a reissue campaign. I think this is one that did get a reissue maybe last year, but this is an OG, one that had been on my want list for quite a while. I've had the CD since it came out. I got most of the CDs, but yeah, the vinyl, really cool to get this. It did come with some interesting, what did it come with here? Oh yeah, came with like a mat for the turntable. It's really cool. Just a paper mat. Here's the labels. Really cool custom labels. Great LP. This one's in very nice shape. Took me years to find a copy, and a good price too. So, like as cheap as it's gonna get online for that. So that was great to find. And then I guess somebody must have dumped their collection because he had a ton of this stuff. At the Drive-In stuff, Mars Volta stuff, Omar Rodriguez-Lopez records. And so I got one more I didn't have, Octopus Kool-Aid, with the bizarre cover with cherry on there, which is wild. This one's going to be a little much different than Old Money. This one's from 2012. This is Omar on sequences, loops, synths, Rhodes, bass, and guitar, and Marcel Rodriguez-Lopez on drums and drum programming. So this one's going to be probably kind of out there shit. I haven't heard this one. This one's going to get spun here today. And it's on red vinyl with the custom labels. Another one for a good price compared to what it goes for. So yeah, a couple of those Omar records. One of my favorite guitarists of all time. Speaking of favorite guitarists of all time, this record just dropped. Thurston Moore, Flow Critical Lucidity. His current solo LP. This was released in the UK only, I believe. So this had to be imported. Scott at Lunchbox did get a couple copies finally. Comes with a flexi disc, 7-inch. And there's a bunch of good guest musicians on this with him. And it comes with a little booklet like that would be in the CD with the words. Here's the flexi. Isadora is the song. It's just a clear flexi. And then I think there's a few different pressings of this. We'll show you the label. This one's just the black press. I think there's some limited color pressings I don't ever have to have any of the color pressings. If that's what I get, that's what I get. I actually would prefer just regular black vinyl when it comes to records, but most records have the crazy colors and all that now. Which this is a good example. They put out probably 5 or 6 different versions of this. This just dropped. Amel and the Sniffers Cartoon Darkness. Great punk band from Australia. Man, their first record blew me away. The Some Mutts Can't Be Muzzled song. I mean, that's like bringing AC/DC back. Well, they're not gone, but bringing that sound back. Here's your insert. There's a couple great videos already out from this. The song "Big Dreams" in the video for that is it's a great song, great rock song, punk stuff. I thought it was funny. Campo said about this band. I've said this before. Nothing like Bogans getting international acclaim for being Bogans. But yeah, I dig Amel a lot. She's an absolute ball of fire. She's the female Iggy Pop for sure. Now when I picked that up, when I picked up the Thurston Moore, I picked up a couple used records from Lunchbox. I went really quickly through the bin, so I was not trying to buy a whole lot with FMU coming right up, but this was cheap. David Murray Quartet Morning Song on Black Saint. And I wasn't going to pass this by. Anytime I see anything on Black Saint or Soul Note, I'm going to grab it. David Murray tenor and bass clarinet, John Hicks piano, Reggie Workman bass, and Ed Blackwell drums. Yeah, this is great stuff. On the iconic Black Saint label. And we'll show you that. There you go. Seen that before on this channel for sure. And then one more record. I was really stoked to see this in a bin. Because there's a lot of records I'm just not going to go and get online. And this was just in the new arrivals. So I picked it up. Jello Biafra and the Melvins. Sig Howdy. Great artwork. This is on Alternative Tentacles. And it comes with a 7-inch as well. Original press from, I want to say 2005 maybe. There's your labels. So this should be interesting. I haven't heard this. So Jello Biafra from Dead Kennedys with the Melvins. I mean, super group to say the least. Here's your 7-inch. The same kind of labels. And it's got there's an insert too. So everything was here with the record, and it was a really good price. There's your insert. Some cool artwork on that with the words. So we definitely grabbed that. That's, I think, yeah, that's everything from Lunchbox. And then we got, and the Amo was a pre-order, and the Thurston Moore was a pre-order. So those I had ordered a while back. And then these next two are also pre-orders. These are both from Bandcamp. This is Pile Hot Air Balloon EP. I've been hoping they were going to put this out. It was digital only for a while. This is a band that gets better and better and better and better every time they do anything. It's just mind-blowing how good this group is. Out of the Boston area. Rick McGuire is a fucking genius. One of the most important musicians to me alive. He's pushing the boundaries with sound and everything, and his delivery with vocals and unique guitar playing, unique playing on the keys now too is really cool. The first two songs are incredible on this record. Scaling Walls and The Birds Attacked My Hot Air Balloon. Those two songs are remarkable. The artwork on this is great. And this has got an etching on the B side, as all the music fit on the A side, because it's just an EP. The etching, I don't think you're going to be able to see this, is one of the coolest I've ever seen done on a record. It's some of the artwork from the video of the second song. I don't know if you can see any of that, but there's some birds on there. It's so fucking cool. Yeah, go to Pile's Bandcamp, listen to this. It's a good price. Yeah, had to get that. Happy to see this come in. And then friends up in Johnson City, Tennessee, Generation of Vipers. First album in quite a while, Guilt Shrine. So this arrived in the mail. This was a pre-order on Translation Loss Records. Heavy as fuck band. I'll leave a link. That's all. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't want to put them in the metal category or the whatever category or any kind of genre. They're just heavy as, they're in the heavy as fuck genre. God damn. Really fucking good. Trio. The drummer, that guy fucking, he's insane. Yeah, this is the whatever limited splatter. Yeah, again, I'll leave a link to Generation of Vipers. If you're into any kind of heavy music, this is going to be up your alley. Heavy vocals. It's from Josh. He's on guitar. Travis Kamer is the bass player. He's the guitar player from Hall and Okoye. Great dude. So yeah, they wrote this stuff in 2023 and just got it released on vinyl. And Travis he's the recording engineer, and he's got his own studio, Fahrenheit Studios in Johnson City. He's that's his day job, recording music, and so his own this sounds incredible. Great shit. That's it. FMU coming up. Hope you're well. Peace.